Happy Saturday. It is August, July 6th. Hope everybody had a happy holiday weekend. A great 4th of July, a safe 4th of July. We've got some Aussie sausage rolls on the menu tonight, along with a blooming onion and a blueberry pie. Yum. So that's going to be fun, at least I think. Is there anybody in the room?
No.
Nope. Well, all right, then I'm just going to get this started by turning the oven on, because I do want it warm when I go to put the stuff in. Hello, Doug. Hello, Shar. I'm guessing that you folks are watching, so happy Saturday. I hope you guys had a good 4th. I know you did tell me you weren't doing anything, but I hope you had a good time doing nothing.
Ralph, sure.
Hey, Ralph.
Natalie Nicole.
Natalie Nicole. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Again, it is Aussie Sausage Roll Day. So naturally, I'll be making the sausage and, other fun little gizmos. It calls for puff pastry, and I don't buy puff pastry anymore. I just make it. So I have some puff pastry in the fridge that I put together yesterday. You can't make puff pastry and then use it like with what I'm doing. My stream would have to be about 4 hours long, maybe longer. So anyway, not a lot to report here. It was a pretty quiet 4th. We went down to nearby town, watched the little hometown parade, and then went over to the park and kind of checked out the different vendors and crafts and stuff like that. Didn't buy anything because everything there is always so expensive, and I just can't see myself paying $30 for a t-shirt or $20 for a little tie-dye cap. So yeah, we didn't buy anything. $12 hamburgers. Nah. I don't go that route. But we did come home, and what else? We bought some cherries.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Not a lot, right?
Yeah, we had some baked beans, I think, with
Yeah,
it.
you did.
And I think that's it. I don't know. I was a little off base this 4th of July. Normally, I'd like to have watermelon and some corn on the cob, but in my haste at the grocery store, I didn't get either one. So it was a melonless holiday, which isn't too big of a tragedy, I don't think. But not thinking is part of the problem. So darned if I do, darned if I don't, kind of thing.
Eli's here. He says we get to see how the sausage is made.
Hey, Eli, how's it going? Yes, you do, as a matter of fact. You do get to see that. And I think I'm going to start on it now so that it has time to kind of do its thing a little bit before I actually cook it. I'm not going to make a whole bunch. I'm just going to do about a half a pound. That'll make plenty enough for Mrs. Old Guy for dinner, I would believe. So I'm just gonna...
Ralph says you should have tried to sell some of your OG merch then.
Well, the thing about OG merch is it's all online. I don't have any merch like that's in my possession other than what I've already bought for me. So I don't know what to say. All right, so there's about a half a pound of ground pork. Let me put this one away. I don't want it to go bad. Maybe I might eat the rest of it like tomorrow. Alright. Let's get that put away just for now. So I'm going to try and follow this instruction for the sausage. I pulled this offline, and again, when I look at online recipes, I always look at several just to see what, because they all vary, but they all seem to have some common ingredients, and so that's kind of what I go for. And it looks like this one calls for a little bit of onion. What do you know? I just happen to have some onion on hand. I'm not going to need a whole lot of it.
You know, because it was a brisk 118 yesterday.
119.
18?
108. Well,
Yeah.
okay. I don't imagine there would be a big difference
No.
between the two, but that's pretty toasty, Eli. That is pretty toasty.
And Joshua, sir.
Joshua, happy Saturday. Hope you had a good 4th. Same thing with you, Natalie and Eli. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July.
Brown says, I always thought you were selling mugs and shirts.
Nope. I've got them on my merch, but like I don't have a stock of them to be taking around. Alright, let me chop up this onion. That looks about right. Let's throw that in here. Good enough. I'm just going to set this one aside for now. This one will be for the blooming onion. Blooming onion. Shortly. Let's kind of keep things picked up as I go. Maybe it'll help today. Probably not, but it might. Okay, so let's get into the orbs and stuff. Oh, there's Brother Doug telling us what he is having for his dinner.
Hello.
So I'm going to go with a half a tablespoon of chives. So I'm going to put in a couple of nice big spoons.
Okay.
Haha.
That was Carol. She's watching, but she can't comment.
Oh, well, hi, Carol. I hope you had a good 4th of July as well. So it calls for, there's the chives, a little bit of basil. So let's put some basil in there. Some garlic. I'm just going to use some of this jarred. I am going to try and crush it just a little bit more than it is. This is kind of chopped garlic, so 3/4 of a teaspoon. Get these weighed out here. I don't want to go too much, and I don't want to not have enough either, so pull a little bit of this out. I'm just going to use the side of my blade to help kind of smash that out a little bit. Oh, I did fine. All right. So let's see here. Half teaspoon. There's that 1/4, and you know that looks like about what I got left there. How about that? So far, so good. Let's go 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I bet you anything I got to open up my new salt container. These stupid little lids that they give you, they really need to work on that. The little spout. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go a little bit of white pepper and a touch of black pepper. A little bit of white. And just a little bit of black pepper. Looks good so far.
That's good.
Okay. Some paprika. I'm not going to get loud.
Dogs are sleeping.
That's right. They need to stay that way. Alright, so I'm going to throw in about half a teaspoon, and I'm going to want a little bit of that for later. By golly, that's it. Got the chives, the basil, the garlic, salt, pepper, paprika, and pork. Did I put the paprika in? I think I did. It's right here in front of me with the lid off of it, so I guess I did.
Joshua says the 4th was okay. He just hung out with his mom and he just got off work.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, nothing says you have to have a huge party or anything to enjoy the holiday. And I want to put in a pinch of cayenne, just a little bit.
Margie TV, sir?
I'm sorry?
Margie TV?
Margie TV. You know, I don't recognize the name. Welcome. If this is your first time here in Old Guy's Kitchen, every Saturday I cook what you guys request. Today it's Aussie Sausage Rolls. Welcome, welcome. Grab yourself something cold out of the fridge. Have yourself a seat at the table. We'll talk and joke and play around a little bit before we actually eat. Where are you from? Yeah, I don't necessarily need an address, just, you know, a general vicinity. Appreciate you coming in on a Saturday. I hope you had a good 4th of July. That is if you're in the U.S. I do have some viewers that live in Canada, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, so in the UK as well.
Yeah. Eli says he's having one of his guilty pleasures, a cheap frozen burrito.
A cheap frozen burrito. Well, you know, if that's a guilty pleasure for you, may your sentence be light. Guilty pleasure sentence. Never mind.
Scott's here.
Scott?
It's been a long time. I've been working 7 days a week. This is my first day off in 25 days.
Wow.
That's a long time.
It is, Scott. Well, glad to see you. Let me get this pork off my hands here. All right. I'm also going to make a little bit of cheese sauce to kind of go with the sausage rolls, something to kind of dip them in. Saw a few different things that were kind of recommended to use for a dip, and I decided that I'm going to go with a cheese sauce. All right, let me get a couple of these things just kind of out of my way. All right, I'm going to attempt this bloomin' onion. We'll see how well that goes. All right, so I got a cup of flour here. And to that, let's add some stuff. Like some stuff, like paprika.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. It's always the good stuff. A couple teaspoons paprika. Let's see here. It says a half a spoon of garlic powder. Yeah, that's what it is. Better make sure before I actually put it in there. Okay. Half a teaspoon of my oregano, which is still open in front of me. That's good.
Scott wants to know how Polly and Joe are doing.
They are doing just fine. They went for their walk this morning and everything went well.
Yeah.
Polly is still recovering, but she is doing much better. And again, I'm going to add a little white pepper, a little black pepper. That's, you know, maybe a quarter teaspoon on both of those. A little onion powder, since I don't have onion powder, just dried onion.
Eli says hopefully it's not a blooming, oh no.
Not a blooming oh no. I hope not too. That's a blooming oh no.
Scott wants to know what happened to Paul.
Polly, a few weeks ago, yeah, a little over a month ago, we were taking a ride up in the mountains, and we were going by a sheep ranch or sheep farm, and they had two big Pyrenees dogs watching them. They were running alongside the road. Polly, we had the windows down so the dogs could have their heads out the window, and one of those dogs come running up to the car, and Polly jumped out after it. We weren't going very fast, which is a good thing. We were going like 20 or 25. So she didn't break any bones or anything, but you know, she probably got one nasty bruise on her thigh. So she's been recovering, and that is probably about a teaspoon and a quarter of that onion. So she's been recovering ever since. What we got here? Did I already put everything in? I don't need these now, do I? Let me see here. Salt, pepper, onion, garlic, paprika. We're good to go. I'm going to just get these out of my way real quick. Put them over here because I will use at least one of them making the cheese sauce. If not both.
Ralph told Scott, for a good cause, thought and nice to see you back. Good you haven't had to have good you haven't had any call-outs to OG's kitchen.
Yep, nothing's been on fire. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's always fun.
So, the progress of our little project here, we're more than half done with that stupid soffit.
Yeah, getting there.
I'm a little slow and a little out of place today. I tripped over a drywall lift yesterday and I fell pretty hard. So I'm a little slow and a little stiff, but I will make it. Whew. Boy, that was difficult. Oops. Gonna need a little milk. Okay. So let's do this bloomin' onion. That bloomin' onion! Cut that bottom off a little bit.
I think it's going to be really good.
Hot? Oh yeah, it should be. It should be very good. Let me get this.
Eli says, how's the boy Brutus?
Brutus is doing fine. His owner works at the local grocery that we go to, so we see him fairly often, and we often inquire how he is doing, and we always hear he's doing good, so
Yeah.
we like that. All right, so they make these things that you can, it's like a basket that's got the slots in it that you can get these cuts on. But I don't have that, but I don't want to cut to the bottom, so I'm using this English muffin ring to keep that from happening. Just going to kind of go around now and start sectioning this off. Hopefully it'll turn out all right.
Yeah.
This is the first blooming onion I've made. I've seen them lots of times. But I've never actually made one. Definitely going to see how this works out. Hopefully it works all right. Okay. So now I guess I just want to kind of open it up a little bit. I gotta just kind of take my time. Don't get too crazy. start separating these out a little bit. Don't want to break it. Guess this will probably take a minute. It's all right. We got plenty of time. It's getting there. Slowly starting to come apart.
Last time we were talking to Brutus's owner, he said that he had had him over here in the rivers swimming with him.
Yep.
So
Brutus is one of those that can swim.
that was good to know.
Yes. Some ABs cannot swim. I don't know if it's because of the size of their chest and they can't get their legs to move right, or if it's because of the shape of their snout and they don't breathe very easy. I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
My first Chumley, my first American bulldog, he sank like a rock.
Yeah, he did.
He did not swim at all. Come on.
Scott says, wow, that's scary. Glad Polly is okay. My dog ate a whole corn on the cob a week ago. That gave me a scare because they can't digest it. He's so big, though, he was okay. I signed up for pet insurance, LOL.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't really want to open up. Come on. Let's get some pockets in there. I'm going to put this in here, start seeing if I can work some of this flour into it. All right. Well, just kind of keep at it.
Good morning and happy Sunday from the future.
Wow, Mr. Greg, yes?
Yes. Because Ralph is already here.
Mr. Greg, well, we are getting things ready. I made the sausage, and it's in the fridge at the moment. Uh-oh. This thing kind of fell apart on me a little bit.
Uh-oh.
How it opened up like that, I do not know, but that's okay. Still trying to get more in here. Get this center to open up a little bit. All right. Leave that sit for a minute. An egg and a little bit of milk. We'll see how well this works out. I'm supposed to put this thing in the freezer for a little while. And I kind of understand why you want that breading to set really nice so it kind of forms a crust and doesn't just foam off when you put it in the oil. That was easy enough.
Got seasonings and everything in there?
I do.
Awesome.
The flour is appropriately done. Get rid of the little extra that's in there. Yeah, one piece fell off, but so far I guess it looks all right. Turn that upside down and right side up. Just gonna make sure that I get some of this egg wash in there all the way around. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? Probably not very well.
Kind of.
Okay, now it's going to go back into the flour. And more flour on it. Again, I want to try and knock as much of that inside the onion as I can. far it seems to be okay. It did open up a little bit for me here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as I can get something to eat out of it, I guess I'll be alright. Okay, and again, let's knock out some of that excess.
Eli says, have you ever made or tried black garlic?
I've never made black garlic, and it seems at one point I might have tried it, but I don't know for sure, Eli. I don't have a square answer for you on that one. Okay, so I've opened up enough. Come on. A little bit more. Okay. I'm just going to stick the whole bowl into the freezer. Get this off my hands. So at least I got one clean one to open the door. Alright. That was difficult. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this today.
Uh-oh.
This is too much like work.
Scott says, have Chum and Polly ever got into food that they shouldn't have ate and gave you a little scare?
Kind of. We had some, oh boy, I think it might have been some kind of soy chocolate milk stuff. I tried one, I thought it was alright. So they were on really cheap, so I bought a box of 14 cardboard containers. I think each one held a pint, maybe a little bit more. And Polly and Chumley were both still puppies. And we left them at home. And Polly got into them. And every single container was chewed open, and there was soy chocolate milk everywhere. But I don't think she drank any, really, not as much as you might think. I mean, there was a lot of liquid on the floor, and she didn't get sick or anything, and I think that's about as close as, you know, them coming to eat something that they shouldn't. We try to watch out for that.
Yep.
Don't want to poison the little guys. I'd feel awful bad if something like that happened.
Yep.
I need to wipe this down a little bit. Puff pastry will be coming out here in just a few minutes.
Eli said his dog used to fart and scare himself.
Well, boy, I know when Chumley farts, it sure scares me.
Yeah, it does. Either one of them, actually.
Whew.
Polly can be just as bad.
She sure can. Alright, let's get this fryer going here. Add a little oil.
Pingu's here.
Hey, Bingu, how's it going? Happy Saturday. I hope you had a good 4th of July. We did here. Quiet, pretty much. Uneventful, except for the parade. And I tell you, this little hometown parade it's kind of fun. You know, they got a nice assortment of, I guess, what you'd call real hometown elements. You know, like old farm tractors and class reunions. And our favorite part is the clown band that has been part of the parade, I think, since the 1950s.
Yep.
So, obviously, with different members, but every year they have the clown band, or most every year. They didn't have them last year. I don't know why, but anyway, it was fun to see them.
They had some hula hoop girls out there doing their thing, and
Yeah,
classic cars and
Yep.
motorcycles.
classic cars, motorcycles, honor guard, the political floats, and yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I'm gonna grate some cheese. Oh, imagine that, making cheese sauce, and I got a great cheese. So, Mr. Greg, I decided to make cheese sauce. I did look for things that people might make to dip those sausage rolls in, and a beer cheese dip was one of them. I didn't want to spend the money on a beer that I'm only going to use maybe a quarter of, so I'm just going to make cheese sauce, but I'll put a little cayenne to give it some kick. And I'm just going to go with some cheddar, and I'm going to throw in a slice of Swiss just for the heck of it. So I'll grate this up. Want to make sure it's going to be enough for not only the sausage, but it might be good for that bloomin' onion too.
Yep. Ralph said, LOL, we had a staffy that slept under my blankets. She did horrible farts and fell back to sleep. But if I farted, she ran to the dog. She ran to the dog, choking and scratching at the door.
Well, that's not a surprise. That's how dogs are. They don't seem to notice when it's them.
It's 10 times worse when it's them. You would think they would notice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to bother them, which is unfortunate because it really bothers me. Yuck! Nothing quite as bad as a dog fart.
Greg says, oh nice, sounds good. Those bloomin' onions.
That bloomin' onion.
And Eli says, I love beer cheese and a burger.
Oh yeah, beer cheese. I make a killer beer cheese soup. I do have a video if you wanted to look that up. That's good. That's just mixed with a little flour, like always. And I'm just going to tear up a slice of this here Swiss. Got some sliced Swiss for sandwiches not too long ago. And I might as well use a slice of it here, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Can't dance. Well, I can, but it doesn't look right. People think I'm hurting or something. Yeah, I'll just kind of break this up. Should be just fine. Okay. I'll just kind of toss that in just so it gets a little flour on it. Should be okay. And I am going to add some paprika, a little cayenne, and some salt and pepper.
Ralph says, meant to say that she ran to the door. Autocorrect is pain. She could also be that I had a late night, so I haven't woken up yet.
Yeah, nice little dash of cayenne. It should give it a little bit of heat.
Autocorrect is good at messing up.
It is. Okay. A little bit of black pepper. Just a touch of the white. I really like white pepper. Okay, get these out of my way, and I'm going to add a bit of salt, and I should be good to go for getting the rest of this dinner put together. Oil's getting hot. The oven is up to temp.
Eli says, people think I'm hurting. That made me laugh.
All right. I think we're okay here so far.
Yay.
I'm going to turn a little bit of heat on this sauce. I'll probably have to add more milk as I go. I don't want it to be too thick. So I'll have to play with it a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't get too thick. And I think I'm done with my notes as far as that goes.
I'm excited to try these sausage rolls.
Yeah, they should be good. Looking forward to it. Something new, something different.
Yep.
Now, of course, I've had pepperoni rolls, which is, I think, a West Virginia popular dish. And I've made other types of, sausage sandwiches, sort of, like Italian sausage and whatnot. So, having a chance to try something different like Aussie, why not? Although I didn't see much in the way of ingredients in the sausage that really is super different from what we would find here, with the exception, I think, of maybe the oregano in it, or I mean the basil,
Ralph told Greg LOL was thinking the same, just like the bloomin' upside down cake.
Now, we're not going to talk about my cakes. Most of them have tasted okay and turned out okay-ish, but man, I'm telling you, that pineapple, one of these days. Now, okay, that was my brother that called?
No, that was Carol.
Oh, it was Carol. Well, Doug, if you're watching, and the rest of you, what are you guys having? We're having sausage rolls and a bloomin' onion. How about you?
Eli's having frozen burritos.
Frozen burritos. Oh, boy, he's sparing no effort. None shall pass. Just waiting for this milk to kind of come up to temp here. The oil is oiling. Okay, the oil's getting hot. Oh, come on. Boy, everything seems to be kind of in slow motion for me today, but I'm moving a little stiffly, so that's probably part of the reason. Ah, there he is.
Hello?
So, see, now I'm going to get the full story. I'm going to
guess
get it
so.
all right now.
You were instructed to anyway.
Yes, right. Okay, that is plenty hot enough. I'm going to start just by putting a couple handfuls of cheese in there.
Okay.
Oh, what the heck. Let's just dump it all in. Give this a nice stir. Keep doing it till it's completely melted and thickened.
Awesome.
Take a second.
Sounds very good.
Yes. Ooh. So
Uh-oh.
this soffit
Took the easy way out.
that I've been doing, I need some trim, to finish it off, and I cut a bunch of it in my garage. I cut
That's a good way to do it.
just some square stock to use, but it wasn't going to work on both
Yeah.
sides of the soffit. So
Enjoy them. Okay. You too.
in my basement, I had saved quite a bit of the old
Okay. Go for it.
floor trim from when we remodeled the house, and
Awesome.
so I'm going to repurpose that for the trim on my soffit, and by golly, it looks pretty good. So what do they have?
They are having baby back ribs.
Ooh,
He boiled them first, and now that he's gonna throw them on the grill. He's
Okay.
doing it that way.
nice.
Corn on the cob.
See?
coleslaw, and watermelon.
Nice.
Yep. And Skip and Sheila was watching, so.
Well, hey, Skip, Sheila. Hope you guys had a happy 4th of July as well. I'm going to put this in the sink over here.
And Doug said yesterday for 4th of July, they just had grilled hot dogs and potato salad.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that. They had grilled hot dogs and
Potato salad.
potato salad. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
That is if you like hot dogs. If you don't like hot dogs, then it's probably not that great of a meal. Tastes good, but needs salt. Let's try that.
Scott says, I love being in a small town, but you literally run into someone you know every day unless you stay home.
Well, yeah. There's nothing wrong with, running into people you know. Unless you know a bunch of people that you don't want to know.
Yeah. Eli said some red wine with my burrito because I'm fancy raising pinky.
Oh, do you raise your pinky? Yes, okay. Well, Eli, I gotta tell you, I never figured you for a finger or a pinky lifter, but everybody has their little, their little quirks. Oh, where are we at? 2:43. Oh, still just a tad bit soon for me to start the rest of it, so I'm gonna just BS with y'all for just a couple minutes. Drink some water.
I don't know if you can see it, Carol, but Greg said hi to you. I don't know if you can see the chat on her TV or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yep, Carol isn't able to comment today.
Yeah, that's what Ralph said that she called and said that.
I heard that Carol liked my deep fried cheesecake. I liked it too. It was really yummy. All the deep fried cheesecake that I made definitely got ate. Not just us. We gave some to Carol and we gave some to some other neighbors, but that's just the way I roll, I guess. Wow. I pulled out measuring cups and I didn't need to.
Ah, what do you know?
Sauce looks pretty good. Should be all right.
Yeah.
I've got my trusty purple poplar rolling pin. Got actually two of them. One's a little bit bigger. Try not to roll cheese up in it.
Greg says we all liked the deep fried cheesecake. Looked lovely.
Oh,
It was.
it was really good.
We'll be doing that again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Kind of hard not to. Get the old basket here.
For the bloomin' onion?
For the bloomin' onion. I'm going to try and time it to where I get that bloomin' onion out of the oil about the same time that the sausage rolls are done. So we kind of all at once sort of thing. I know, weird concept, right? Get the whole meal served to you at the same time. It's unheard of. But you're going to hear of it today. Okay, maybe not. I don't even know what I'm saying. What am I saying?
I don't know. What are you saying?
Nothing that makes any sense, that's for sure. I think for the heck of it, I'm going to take this minute and I'm going to spin. And what do we have coming up next week? Or did I spin yet for that? Draw yet? It seems to me like we did. Jalapeno something, I think.
Chicken Euros.
Chicken Euros. I guess it had nothing to do with jalapenos.
And do you know who requested
that? John?
Scott.
Scott! Well, guess what, Scott? You're up next week. So you picked a good time to come back to hear about it.
Eli says, I bet we are not too far off from there being a smart rolling pin with a Bluetooth.
Smart rolling pin. Okay, I'm just going to kind of get in there really good.
That would actually be kind of cool to Bluetooth your rolling pin.
To Bluetooth a rolling pin?
And have it roll it out.
Have it roll for you?
Yes.
How would it apply pressure?
I don't know. You can.
Maybe a magnet under the table and it's a steel pin? The crazy things people think of. All right, so week after next, red chili in a bread bowl. And that, two people actually requested that, Travis and Tim, and I imagine that would be Tim from the Crazy Food Crew. So, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tate. We try to do that sometimes. We'll talk in Tates, and sometimes we talk in ifs, liketh, thiseth, everyeth, wordeth, endseth, witheth, thith. It's not easy to communicate that way. Takes longer for sure.
Yep.
You know. It takeseth longereth, forth sureth. Try talking. Just next time you talk to one of your friends or something, just start using the ith at the end. Helloweth, howeth, areth, youeth, todayeth.
Greg told Eli, right up there with the Bluetooth cheese grater.
Bluetooth cheese grater, yeah. Bluetooth. When I first heard that, I thought it was just like somebody that really needed a dentist. Ooh, you got blue teeth. You might want to get that looked at, buddy, especially the one next to it that's fizzing. Okay. Everything's going okay. I'm going to wait another few minutes before I attempt to get those puff pastry thing rolled out. Notice I'm trying to keep up with the arm participation. My elbows hurt from falling yesterday, so I'm a little on the stiff side. My left kneecap is all puffy and swollen up, and it was just one of those things. In a hurry, trying to get something done.
Yeah.
Fell hard, and that pretty much ended the day.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Didn't do much after that. A little bit. And then I decided, that's enough. Before I hurt myself again. I think it was like 3 times yesterday. Kept doing things that hurt me, and it's like, okay, maybe it's a good day not to work.
We didn't do anything today either.
No, we didn't do anything today either. No. Tomorrow. A little bit in the morning.
Yeah.
We got folks coming over for pizza tomorrow evening, so a little bit in the morning. hopefully without injury. I mean, this morning, first freaking thing, we were taking the dogs out for a walk. I walked to the car, whack right in the wrist with a freaking hoe handle. What did I do? I stepped on the end of it. Boink!
Like you see the cartoons.
It's just like in the cartoons. At least it wasn't in my head or my face.
Yeah. Scott wants to know, how did Chum and Polly do with the fireworks?
Great, because there weren't any around. Our town, first of all, you'd probably get in a bunch of trouble if you tried doing fireworks up here. They really frown upon firework use in the mountains, even as low as we are. And because there are so few people in town, most everybody goes to the town down below or elsewhere to see fireworks. In fact, our town down here doesn't do them. I guess, yeah, because of fires. I forget when, maybe in the 70s or something, they had such a bad fire from doing the fireworks that the ground won't grow anything there anymore because the fire was so hot. Yep. So they did this last year, though. They did start a new tradition, which will be fireworks on New Year's Eve, and usually it's a lot wetter and a little safer. Snow on the ground and whatnot. But no fireworks around here at all. None. And I wasn't about to drive to one of the bigger cities to watch any. I've been there. I've done that. 45 minutes to an hour to get out of the parking lot. Nah. I'll watch it on TV. And I did see a couple of places that I would really like to check out. I know it'll probably never happen, but there's a rocket kind of festival in Thailand every year, and they make all kinds of really neat rockets of sorts. And the other one that I saw that I would really like to check out is the rocket wars that they have on Greece on Easter. How the tradition started, I don't know, but two churches shoot fireworks at each other, rockets, and I'm not talking just a few. This documentary that I was watching the other day, the guy said, "Oh, we didn't make as many this year. We only made 60,000," and that was one side of the equation. So, if that gives you any indication of how many rockets you would see, I mean, thousands and thousands of them
going
back and forth, and the houses that are kind of in between, the government has set up like a screen over them so that their houses don't burn down or something. There was even a couple of trees, I think, that caught fire. They're probably used to that, but it sure looked like fun. It did. It really looked like fun.
Crazy food cruiser.
Hey, Tim, how's it going? Guess what? I drew you a ticket for you for week after next, and what was it?
Red chili in a bread bowl.
Red chili in a bread bowl. I don't know if you remember making that particular request, but it's coming up. So, yeah.
Okay, I need to catch up on some chat.
Okay.
Eli says he's glad that they're cooling down to 113 today.
Me too.
Scott says it's 98 there. And Rob said it would be funny to have a cheese grater shaped like a person, and every now and then when you're using it, it says, "Oops, cut the cheese."
But then if you'd have to take that one step further, you would have to make it to where the cheese gets put inside, right? Because never mind. If you're going to cut the cheese, it usually comes from the inside out. So I'm just laying the groundwork.
Eli said there was a 10-year-old that passed away a couple of days ago on a trail due to the heat.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
well, that's too bad. I hate hearing things like that. That's not good. It's one thing that the heat, it'll get you. It's got poor little neighbors, one of Polly's puppies.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a year and a half. And
Yeah.
the heat got him.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It was very sad.
Scott said he told his fire chief, I'm throwing a block party and I'll do my best not to set the neighborhood on fire. He gave me a look like, please be safe, LOL. I only shoot off illegal fireworks. It was great. Legal fireworks.
Legal. Yes. Yeah. The fireworks, I mean, it changes from state to state. Like where my brother is, you can buy firecrackers and all that crap. Here in Colorado, you get what they call sparklers.
Yep.
Nothing that leaves the ground and nothing that explodes.
Yeah.
So that leaves sparklers, right? Fountains and, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. They took all the fun out of it.
In case you drive to the neighboring state.
Yeah, buy a bunch and then get caught with them on your way back. One of my buddies got a hefty fine one year for shooting off the illegal stuff here.
Yep.
It was $750 fine. That was a pretty big fine, and that was, that was back in the 90s. So I, can imagine what that fine would be today. I don't want to imagine. Maybe that's the trick, not to imagine it.
Scott says, when I used to play paintball in the heat, the owner of the field would always yell at everyone to hydrate. He would always say, if you're not pissing, you're not drinking enough water. It's true.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I drink a lot of these waters every day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
10 or more. Depending on how hot it is and what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. In fact, I think just a week ago or so was National Hydration Day. It's a thing.
Yeah.
National Hydration Day. They want you to keep hydrated. That doesn't mean to turn into a hydrant. Okay, that was dumb.
Eli says, I want some of those Joe Dirt fireworks.
Joe Dirt fireworks? Yeah, me too.
Never heard of
The
them.
Husker Do's and Husker Don'ts and the with or without stick and
He says all we get is Pop Rocks here pretty much.
Pop Rocks. Yeah, that's
Same
pretty
as
much. I did see where they got a new kind out now of those little things you just throw on the ground. I forget what the addition is that makes them do it, but they've got a really big flash now. So, not that that makes any huge difference.
Greg says, okay everyone, I'm being mildly interrupted by a rogue, big, fat, white rogue rooster in the backyard. Where it came from, I have no idea. They are good eating.
Rogue roosters.
It's attracting foxes that I have never seen here.
Well,
Any tips on catching this poor thing? Someone must have dumped him, crackling right at my window here. Be right back.
well, we'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere, at least not for at least another hour. And I think it's about times 3 o'clock. These will take a little bit to bake once I get them in. So I'll pull out this puff pastry that I made yesterday. And I'm certainly not going to use all of this for a couple of sausage rolls. Get the stuff out of here so I can reach. A little bit of flour on the table.
Carol came on. She's on Wes's farm. Pretty tough, she says. To get rid of those roosters. he would have chased him off by now. So would have Polly and Joey.
Yeah. If they didn't catch it. If they did, he'd be gone.
He'd be lunch. When we take them on their walks, they like chasing the rabbits and the lizards.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of, what'd they call it?
Yellow-throated.
Yellow-throated
Whiptails or
waggle tails or something. Whiptails, yeah. There's a bunch of them up here.
Carol says, hey, I can comment.
Woohoo! This is really stiff because it's been refrigerated overnight.
Rob says, I wonder if it has clipped wings.
Oh, that's a good question. You know, speaking of wings and birds and whatnot, does anybody remember seeing the WKRP in Cincinnati episode, Thanksgiving episode, where Mr. Carlton does a stunt by giving away free live turkeys, but he gave them away by helicopter and dropping them out. People were running in panic. He had no idea that turkeys didn't fly. At least not those kind.
Eli says, foghorn leghorn.
Foghorn leghorn, I say, boy. You're going about it all wrong, boy. Got to get this homemade puff pastry. You cannot use it as thick as the store-bought. It just won't cook all the way. Got to get it down to less than 1/8 of an inch. So it's going to take a second for me to roll this out.
Greg says, okay, I'm back. Good eating, roosters. LOL, WKRP. Haven't heard that show in a long time. Wildman says that he remembers that episode. LOL.
Yay. Hey, really, Tim, Wildman, Nate, if you're watching, I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. You're all here, so I'm going to imagine it was a safe one.
Yep.
All right. Just about got it here.
Eli says, we have a neighborhood near me full of wild chickens roaming around.
Yeah, who said that?
Eli.
Eli? Well, we've got wild chickens running around here, too.
Yep.
Well, actually, they're not wild. They were Carol's. They went rogue.
We do got a lot of wild
Turkeys.
around.
Yeah, we have lots of wild turkey. And I'm not talking the whiskey.
Greg told Eli, damn, if it looks like foghorn, I tell you.
Still a bit thick.
These are going to be good. They're really, sound really interesting.
They do.
I'm excited to try them.
Me too. That's one of the reasons why we really like doing this on Saturdays, because it's, it increases what we would normally, what we'd normally. I mean, meatloaf, fried chicken, hamburgers. Kind of gets old. Spaghetti. I never complain about having pizza. I wonder why that is.
Ralph told Eli quite a few get dumped along the busy roads there, unfortunately. Scott says they have wild rabbits and peacocks where I live. These are odd for me to see.
Yeah. Got quite a few rabbits as well, but
Yeah.
and we did have a peacock.
Down the road.
Yeah, Bob. The peacock.
Steve's here.
Hey, Steve. How's it going? Happy after 4th of July weekend. Welcome, welcome. Just rolling out the puff pastry here.
Greg says, oh yeah, we got lots of big wild brush turkeys here too. 2 families of them, and they built the biggest nest 30 feet around and up to 6 feet high. Wow, that is huge.
Yeah, it is.
Tim says it was a good 4th. We went to a cookout, came home, and the whole neighborhood was people letting off fireworks all night long. How was you guys'?
It was good. Yeah, no fireworks whatsoever up here. But it's mostly because we're such a small town that
Carol said that they can't catch them up there. The chickens.
yeah, they just run.
Eli said the chickens got footloose in the 50s before the neighborhood got developed, so they are considered wild. All the neighborhood kids love feeding them.
I think we're looking about thick enough. Pull out the old pizza cutter here.
Greg says, now Tom, if you had a Bluetooth rolling pin, you could answer the phone while you're hard at work rolling that up.
Well, you're right about that. I'm not sure if I need to write somebody and request them. I don't know how that would work exactly. Fold this up. And put the rest of this back in the fridge.
That says random, but does anyone have tips on keeping your dog cool in the summer?
Let them play in the water. If they like water.
Yeah.
Some dogs don't, like potting and shoveling. They avoid it. So they like to, they'll lay on the grass in the shade, or sometimes even on the concrete in the shade.
Ralph said they used to have peacocks in their zoo, but they kept running off with people's lunches.
Yeah, I've seen, I forget what country it is, but they have a real problem with monkeys. And monkeys are constantly stealing people's food and their possessions. Okay. Well, let's grab the sausage. Spoon here. Okay. So, spoon some of this sausage onto these.
Scott said that he let his dog Teddy go swimming in what he thought was a clean river, and he got a skin infection.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. You never can tell what's gonna. Well, I guess you can't always tell what's safe and what isn't. So far, I think we're doing all right.
Yeah,
Sausage smells good.
yeah.
Did you get a whiff? Here, smell that.
Ooh, that does smell good.
Well, I just got a little bit left here. Might as well just get it all on.
Eli says that's Thailand.
Thailand, yes.
John's here.
Hey, John. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a good 4th of July. Okay, almost. I got like that much left. That one. Okay. That's a fair amount of sausage on each one. I think plenty enough. So now, just like it says, you roll it up. Okay. Now I'm not expecting this puff pastry to really puff up, just because we're baking it at about 75 degrees or so less than you would for a normal puff pastry.
Scott said that his dog was better now. He had to be on antibiotics. He had to give him a bath 3 times a week for 3 weeks. It was not fun.
No, I bet not. Let's cut that in half.
Johnny small peppers here?
Johnny, wow. It has been a while, my friend. I hope you are well. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I am just now going to get these Aussie sausage rolls put onto the baking sheet.
I wish I was that young, Johnny.
What's that?
He says, hey old guy, and this is old guy who is 29 years old.
Oh, yes. That's me, robbing the cradle.
Eli says, I have a buddy in Thailand who wants me to go visit him, but I'm scared because I have a feeling we would end up like the Hangover movie.
Okay.
Johnny says he hopes everybody's having a blessed day.
Thank you, Johnny. I hope you are as well. I hope you had like I said, a good 4th of July, family and friends. Okay, and now the final touch. A little bit of paprika on the top of each one of these. Come on now, tap out. Ooh, they look good.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, like I said, I'm not expecting this puff pastry to really go for it, just because of the temperature, but here's a look at the sausage rolls before they go into the oven. See that okay?
Yeah, looks good.
All right. So, into the oven they go. I'm going to set that timer for 25 minutes. Awesome. And now,
Johnny says, I'm watching, I can't hear a long story.
well, I'm glad you're here. All right, so I guess I should wipe that table down one more time.
Johnny said those look fantastic.
Huh?
Johnny said those look fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping they're good. I've never made them before. And I've never made that particular kind of sausage before. I've made some that are very close to that. A lot of sausages kind of start with the same basic stuff, some onions, a little garlic, salt, pepper, and then from there, you know, it changes.
Yeah. I see a couple of pieces of raw meat. One there and one over. Yep. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Just because it's raw. Eli said you and the Crazy Food Crew should do a meatloaf milkshake collab.
Well, this is something that I'm glad that, who said that?
Eli.
Eli, I'm glad you said that.
Johnny says, oh my God, don't do it.
Because I have challenged Wild Man from Crazy Food Crew to a milkshake chug, I guess. But it's not just your regular milkshake. It is a Vienna sausage milkshake with just plain Vienna sausages and vanilla ice cream. We want to keep it simple. And so we're working out the details. But he has accepted the challenge, and I'm hoping to do that as part of a live stream on the Crazy Food Cruise channel. So I'll try to make sure there's plenty of notice for everybody, but I hope to see you all there when that happens, because it's not going to get done again.
Johnny says a spam milkshake.
Spam milkshake? Probably wouldn't be any better than the Vienna sausage.
Greg shudders.
The meatloaf milkshake was one of the options that the Crazy Food Crew had when it came to their gross food that they were going to eat for their 1000th sub. And disgusting pizzas is what won, and there was some pretty bad stuff. You guys throw a link up for them, would you, Miss Olga? Yep. They had, let's see, one of them was tuna in ranch and with peanut butter. There was a Braunschweiger and horseradish sauce. There was a Reaper chips and Reaper sauce slice. I'm trying to remember all of them. Help me with this, Tim. There was, the baby food one with spinach, prunes, and I don't remember what else on the pizza, but it's baby food pizza. That didn't sound
like
good.
Like baby food horseradish or something.
Yeah, no, but no, they don't have horseradish in baby food.
No,
The horseradish one was the Braunschweig.
Okay.
What's wrong with your kid? I don't know. He doesn't like this horseradish sauce.
Eli says, that sounds terrific. I'd rather have meatloaf.
Yeah.
I don't know what you and Wild Man are doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the meatloaf milkshake wouldn't be any better. In fact, we did kind of talk about that a little bit. You know, as because he was thinking like with a brown gravy, and once that gravy gets cold with that ice cream, that it's going to congeal the fat and whatnot. And you made a solid point. It sounds disgusting, and I brought up the fact that some meatloafs are served with that tomato sauce on the top, and that probably wouldn't be any better. So we'll see if we do that. We're going to have to see who does what and who wins this first challenge. And then if Wild Man wants to challenge me back, I'm sure that we'll get that figured out too.
Steve says that he hopes that the fortune cookie milkshake wins one day, and he says it would be interesting to read them.
To read the cookies, to read the fortunes before I put them in. I would imagine I'd want to do that. Yeah? Break open the cookie and pull out the paper. I can't imagine that the ink and paper would be
And Greg says, yeah,
nutritious.
I wonder what the fortunes will be.
Yeah. You're going to die from drinking a bad shake.
Greg says, LOL, baby food apple is really nice on ice cream.
Tim, what was that? The baby food. Spinach, prunes, and I can't remember the third kind. Well, if you remember. It sure didn't sound very good.
Eli says, I'm just not a fan of the wet dog smell of the Vienna.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are an acquired taste.
And Greg says, talk about hot dogs in unusual places.
Yeah, no kidding. I think a regular hot dog milkshake would be better than the Vienna sausage. Maybe not. What do I know? I'm not one that
Just a
usually
little bit of that hot dog water in there.
hot dog water. Ooh,
That might flavor it more.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the little. Then we're not talking hot dog water from cooking them. We're talking about the juice that's in the package, right?
Yep, that
Yep.
might help.
Might help. Probably not. Or it'd help it taste even worse. All right, got this bloomin' onion here. Looks okay. I'll give you guys a look at this before I put it in the fryer.
Ralph's still not sure why I can't see Steve's messages.
Before it goes in, that's a good sized onion.
Yep, that looks good.
So we'll see how well it works, how well it opens up. Hopefully it kind of does what it's supposed to there. Let's see. Ooh.
The internet can be kind of weird sometimes, Ralph. Sometimes, or Tom can see his replies on his videos, but he can't reply to them.
Yeah,
It won't let him.
Steve will make comments on a video or something, and I see them just fine. But I don't know what device he's using to leave the messages, but I can't reply to him
It
ever.
comes up with little red words. I
Yeah,
don't know
unable
what it
to
says.
process this reply or whatever. I don't know what it says exactly, but it's disappointing. You know, I try to reply to all the comments. I don't always, as is witnessed by looking at the list of stuff that you don't comment on. There's a page on the YouTube where you can find that. And it's like, wow, I missed that many in like a 3-month period. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Steve says it is sad and it makes no sense. It don't make sense, and I don't know why. Because I can reply to Steve's messages.
Yeah, I know. It just
But you
doesn't.
can't. That's just.
Yeah, it's
It is
very weird. I don't know, but it's not deliberate. I'm telling you that.
No, it's not.
I just-
I can vouch for that.
I just can't get it to work.
Greg says, "Wow, that's a bloomin' onion."
It is. Well, it's partially bloomed.
And Eli says, "Now that's a bloomin' onion."
I sure hope it works all right. I'm a little worried about the center because it doesn't seem quite as opened up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Crazy food crew. Crazy food crew says, "Chug chug, wild man versus old guy, the chug down of the earth."
That's right. It's going to be disgusting.
Steve says, "I know you try. I can see the likes on my message."
Good deal. Yep, I do try to at least like what you say, and then hopefully you see that. But yeah, it's a little aggravating. I gotta wait just for a couple more minutes. I want to try and pull this out as the sausage rolls are done. So, guess I can do something here though.
Ralph is wondering if he accidentally blocked him or something.
No, I didn't.
No, if Steve Steve accidentally blocked Ralph or something because he can't see his messages, whatever it is.
That's odd.
Yep.
Very odd.
Ralph can't see Steve's messages, so he thinks he's wondering if he blocked him accidentally.
Just little ones this time. Is that all right?
Yep.
You want silverware, or are you gonna be able to eat that with your fingers?
Guess I can use my fingers.
You gonna try your fingers?
I am.
Woohoo!
Eli says, "Are bloomin' artichokes a thing?"
Bloomin' artichokes? I've never heard of them being a thing.
Might work.
I don't know.
I don't care for artichokes, so I'd never try it.
I like some artichoke dips, but yeah, I've never really. That's something I've just never even thought about. Is deep frying an artichoke. I imagine you could. It'd probably be all right. Like a bloomin' onion. Don't know if that would be a thing or not.
I guess I missed some chat here. Scott said random, but I got a fortune cookie once that I was going to use the lucky number on the lottery ticket. I couldn't find the fortune cookie, so I did a random numbers, and I found it later, and the numbers were the numbers matched.
And you didn't win a thing, did you? I matched all of my numbers.
Steve says, I can't see your messages either, Ralph, and I didn't block you. He goes, I don't know what's going on with my account.
Oh, boy. That fall I took yesterday it's wearing on me. I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, it was wicked right on the sidewalk.
Yep. Just flat. I'm glad I didn't hit my face too.
Yeah.
Both feet right out from under me. Ooh. Definitely feeling it. Kind of like a little whiplash thing going.
Joshua says, hit the like button. There's only 6 likes and 12 in the chat.
Well, come on, guys. Let's get with it, huh? Remember, hitting the like button is free and it's fun. If you don't believe me, click it and see. You won't get charged a thing, and it's mildly entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm really starting to feel it. Oh. Well, I hope I don't do that again. Yeah, 11 minutes, and it's going to take about 6 to do that bloomin' onion, so 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
We'll get it rocking. I just hope it doesn't fall apart. Can I just crawl into a corner now? Ugh.
Grace says, like the button is the big red button. Do not press. Of course, what do we do?
Press the button. Of course. Sorry, guys. I'm really feeling it.
Eli says, I'm only 70 away from 100 subs, LOL.
Eli, well, let's get...
Yep.
Now, what... is it Stoner Kitchen? Or... Because I don't remember what I saw the last one you did. But I don't remember the channel name, Eli. I apologize for that. Open this up a tad bit more.
I don't know if this is the right one for you or not.
Well, Eli will tell you.
Is it at Stoner Kitchen 8688, Eli?
Is that yours? We need to know so that Mrs. Old Guy can put up the proper link. Nine minutes. You know, I'm going to call that good, I think. Got that a little bit of extra. Put it that way. Here we go. Instant. That's what you want. So a couple minutes on this side. I just hope that it doesn't stick to the basket.
He says blooming onion was a great idea. What sauce?
What sauce? I made some cheese sauce. I figured it would work both for the onion and for the sausage roll.
And Carol asked what dessert?
Dessert is blueberry pie. I made that yesterday too, because obviously if I tried to bake a pie on the stream, it wouldn't be cool enough to eat. Holy smokes!
Did it open up?
More or less. We'll see what happens here when I flip it over. I'm kind of afraid that the whole thing is just going to fall apart. I hope not, but there's only one way to find out. Might do a clamshell scoop.
Tim says blooming onions are a top appetizer to get.
Blooming onion is what?
A top appetizer to get when you go out.
It's a, but I still didn't hear it. It's a what?
A top appetizer.
Top appetizer. Okay.
And he said that Al Bundy always said, bake a pie, eat a pie, Ola.
Yeah. Oh, that looks fantastic. I'm happy with that. That looks really good. Cheese sauce is nice. Didn't thicken into like a paste. I suppose I should get something to put that sauce into. So I'll give you guys a look at the onion when it comes out, and then I'm just going to give it a hack in half.
So,
Huh.
come here a minute, Tom.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So he signed into his stoner kitchen account. It says that's the account that he normally uses, but I can't click on it and go to it that way. So is that the same channel as
Yeah, no. This was years ago.
Oh, okay.
3 years, 4 years,
Okay, I
4
see
years.
that.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
So we found your old one, but not the newest one yet.
Yeah, I don't know how
We-
to find it.
We will. The onion looks good. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think I'll get a bigger plate to put it on for show.
Scott told Tim, I miss the Married with Children. You couldn't make that show nowadays. My sister hated that show, but if she was a little overweight, so I'm not surprised.
Hey, when that show first came out, it was really a new type of sitcom for sure.
Yep.
You know, hugely dysfunctional family. Yep, there are some pretty good episodes. I like the show. It's beautiful. 4 minutes left on the sausages, and of course I'm going to have to check to make sure that the sausage is cooked all the way through. I'm going to grab this here thermometer. That'll tell me. Got to get it up to that safe temperature, you know. What'd you find there, Mrs. Old Guy?
Nothing yet. I'm looking to see if I can find a picture.
This little guy is currently trying to find Eli's channel so that we can get you a link posted and hopefully hit that subscribe button for him. Yep. It's great. It's actually floating. It didn't like stick to the basket.
There we go. I found it.
Woohoo! All right, so there is a link for Eli's channel. Go on over there and hit his sub button if you would. You know, maybe comment on a video so that way the sub sticks. If you just sub and don't leave any comments or watch anything, the sub may not stick. So
He said no worries, and then he says don't worry about it, but I just found it. So.
yeah, no, I'm worried about it. All right. It's great.
He said, oh, thank you. Cheers.
2 minutes to 5 o'clock, Charlie.
Greg says you're one closer now, Eli.
Yay! You need to get some more content going there, Eli.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only a few videos, so you know, let's get on the shtick. If you're gonna have a channel, post some videos.
Johnny's got to leave.
Johnny, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. I'm glad you're all as well with you. I was kind of wondering, so hopefully we'll see you again, and I'll be definitely looking for your next live, whenever that might be. So, in fact, I'll have Mrs. Old Guy throw a link up for your channel as well. A minute left, so I'm going to pull this out and let it drip. I'm pretty satisfied with how this looks. I am indeed. Let's put a paper towel on this plate.
Johnny's link.
If you haven't subbed to Johnny Small Pepper, please do. How am I going to do this? I guess the wrong way.
Yeah, I think you need to.
Yeah, it's right side up.
I know, but I think he's tipped it upside down to one piece.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do that. Oh, well, okay, guys. We'll give you a look here at my first blooming onion. Turned out all right.
Yeah, it did. That looks good.
Not too bad for a first attempt.
Eli said thank you. I just posted some munchies.
Awesome.
I used to have an old channel with over 3K, but it got deleted because I used to do chugs.
Oh, yep.
I was even getting donations for a while. Steve said it sure did. That looks nice. Or Stoner Kitchen said it looks nice.
I'll show you these are just out of the oven. Puff pastry puffed.
Yeah, those look good too.
Nice to see that okay.
Yep.
So we are so far batting 1,000.
Tim says that looks awesome. Just like they serve at the steakhouse for your blowing onion.
Ah, nice. Well, hey, I'm glad it looks that good. And how about you, Mr. Greg? These sausage rolls.
Steve said great dinner selection.
These sausage rolls look like sausage rolls to you? Mr. Greg. Gotta know.
Greg says, wow, that onion looks great.
Awesome. All right.
But nothing about the sausage rolls yet.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's gonna make me drag it out of him.
Stoner Kitchens. Your Eli says, oh geez, Colorado Roadhouse.
Colorado Roadhouse.
He's waiting, Greg. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, what she said. Okay, sauce is hot. Let's see if I can just get a couple of these off here.
He says those are some very gourmet rolls. They're very fancy.
Wasn't trying to make them fancy. I was just trying to make them like I seen on TV. So we'll put 4 of these on each plate. Put some of this cheese sauce in a bowl to dip. What else do I want? A knife. Huh. All right. I'm going to cut this onion in half. Half for
Greg
Mrs.
says those
Olga.
are what we call party sausage rolls.
Party sausage rolls.
And Eli says that onion is calling my name.
Here's your.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And some cheese sauce.
Thank you.
Yep. And I'll give you guys another quick look here at the sausage rolls and the onion. Looks pretty good.
Yep. Hold it down a little bit.
A little bit. There we go.
There you go. Much better.
And the onion. All right. Chow time.
Greg says, yum.
Everything is turned off.
Ralph says it would be quite fun to watch a zero gravity cooking stream.
Yeah, that would be fun. Unfortunately, it's not anything I could do. I have to obey the laws of gravity like everybody.
Greg's drooling. And
Wow.
Eli says I will be making a video attempt to cook an egg in the sun.
I bet you can. The onion's good.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. But I'm interested in this.
All right. Let's dig into the sausage here. Puff pastry looks good.
Definitely hot.
That's a good sausage.
That is good.
Try a bite without the cheese sauce here. Nice flavor.
Eli told Ralph that that would be a Japanese game show.
What?
Zero gravity cooking stream.
Kind of like that. I think it's a Japanese show, Extreme Eliminator Challenge or something. Wow,
That onion is good in that cheese sauce.
it is.
Greg says you can try some good old ketchup with it too.
Mm-hmm.
We did see that.
Mm-hmm. These onions are really tasty.
Ralph told Eli, did you used to love TV series? Guess we can make a request to the space station. Crazy Food Crew's gotta go.
Well, hey guys. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the idea, Tim, for the coming up here in 2 weeks. What was it? I've forgotten already. Chili cheese, red chili in a bowl,
yes.
Right, in a bread bowl. So that's coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to talk to you pretty soon, Tim. See if we can get together for planning this live stream with Uncle. So thanks for dropping in, and have a good rest of the weekend.
Lisa's here. Hey, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy, how's things going? Oh, and by the way, happy birthday to you. Thank you.
Yes, Lisa, hope all is well with you. That bit was real crunchy. That was good.
These sausages are really good.
I like them. Turned out decent.
Yeah. Scott said, so glad I was able to make it to a stream finally. I missed everyone.
Oh, we're glad too, Scott. And also, now you know that your request is coming up.
Yep.
Next weekend? Pretty sure next weekend.
Yep.
And what was it?
Chicken gyro.
Chicken gyros. I like gyros. I've never heard of a chicken one, but hey, we're gonna try it.
Eli says, I love onion. And Scott says, oh, I thought the stream was ending. Scott says, oh, what's my request? I forgot. But you just said. So.
Mm-hmm. And what did I just say?
Chicken gyro.
Chicken gyros, yes.
It's yummy. I just had one yesterday.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a chicken gyro.
Lisa says she's been kind of busy taking care of her mom.
Well, that's good that you're able to care for your mom.
Yep. Carol does the same thing for her elderly mother.
Yep. It's a very cool thing.
Eli says that pie is going to hit the spot, I bet.
Oh yeah. Well, blueberry pie is one of my favorites, so. Mrs. Old Guy's favorite fruit pie is peach.
Yep. Thank you, Greg. He said, happy birthday, good lady from Colorado. Looked like you guys had a good time. We did.
And we did. It was a nice day. The dinner was a little disappointing. They didn't get Miss Old Guy's food cooked correctly, so she had to send it back. You know, so but other than that, It was a great day. Had a lot of fun. Went for a nice drive. Went to the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, which is pretty cool. Okay, it's nothing but a pretty mountainside, but
Scott said he used to be caregiver for my dad. It's not an easy job. My hat's off to you. And Greg says mine is on Wednesday, going to the zoo with my nephew for a visit. To visit the extended family. LOL, haven't been in 20 years.
wow, that's a while.
Yeah, it is.
The only thing I'd say about these rolls, and doing them the way I did, that center part of the puff pastry on the inside, it's a little doughy. So the next time I make these, I'm just not going to put that curl into it.
Yeah.
Other than that, these are pretty darn tasty.
Greg says they are offering $1. They are offering $1 ticket to visit on your actual birthday. Save $50. That's a good deal. And Ralph says, I tried to look after Mom, but even after hitting her head on the patio yesterday, she still wouldn't have to have us sit down.
Well, that's just how we are, Greg. Or Ralph. Old people do that. And well, we're okay. I'm all right. Don't make a fuss.
Today Greg's birthday?
Is it?
I'm asking.
You're asking me if today is Greg's
Yeah,
birthday?
'cause your friend's on Facebook.
I don't know.
Carol is telling him happy birthday, and so Eli.
Gee, I don't know. I'm sorry. I do not know. If it's today's your birthday, I didn't get a notification for it. But then again,
He may not have it on there.
well, no, well, yeah, he may not, but because of the time difference, it may not show up today.
Yep. True that.
So I got that going for me.
Carol said that she can't get her mom out, and then she asked how old their mom was. His birthday's the 10th, Carol said. And he said it's on Wednesday.
Well, happy birthday. And that I will finish this, but we're coming up close to the end of the street here, and I got to get pie cut. I imagine you're going to want a fork for that, Mrs. Old Guy.
Yep.
Want a fork for your pie?
Yes, please.
Oh. Now, let's give you a nice look at the beautiful blueberry pie. Look at that. Well, would you look at that?
She was wondering how old Ralph's mom is.
It's the thing about this pie. This particular pie pan, it's very big and it's very deep. This would probably be the equivalent of at least 2 regular pies.
Greg says, oh my, that's wonderful. And Eli says, there needs to be a French dip hot pocket.
The French dip hot pocket?
Yep.
No. I'm going to say no to that because hot pocket crust just sucks. That French dip, though. And how would they get the au jus? Would that be in a separate thing? I mean, because you don't want it in there. At least I don't think. What do you think, Ms. Old Guy? You want it straight or you want a little shot of cream?
Little shot of cream.
Little shot of cream?
Yep.
All right. And warmed up. All right. Mrs. Old Guy likes her blueberry pie. Warmed up a little bit. So I guess I can oblige that. Stupid thing. Had
Eli
1
said
second.
on the side.
What's that?
Eli said on the side.
What's on the side?
For a French dip
Oh, yeah, the au jus.
hot pocket.
The au jus on the side. Well, I would think. Trying to get Hot Pocket. Could you imagine what kind of horror the Hot Pocket au jus would be? I'm just saying. I hope I didn't get it too hot. Might be careful with the first bite.
Okay,
Don't know that it's super hot, but
thank you.
let's get a little cream poured on the top. And we'll show everybody. Blueberry pie.
Looks good. Hold it down some. There you go.
A little fresh cream on there.
Greg says a lava pocket.
Lava pocket. That sounds dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna have a bite of this pie. I'm gonna put a little that heavy cream on here too, and it's thick. Very thick. Here we go.
Greg's like, yum.
One of my favorite fruit pies.
Turned out really good.
It did. If I can do one thing right, it's pie. Definitely do a good pie. Pineapple upside down cake, not so much.
Scott says have the hot pocket come out with a little packet of au jus sauce, like the soy sauce. That would be like the soy sauce. That packet would be horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those little soy sauce packets are only yay big. And it would probably take 3 or 4 of them to give you enough au jus to make it worth putting it on your sandwich. I don't know. Hot Pocket French dip. That just sounds like something to make, you know? Figure that out. I might have to. French dip is by far my favorite sandwich. There's a lot of them that come in second, but if you were to put me in front of a table full of sandwiches and there was a French dip, I would take it every single time. Unless, of course, I had to stand in front of that table every day. And then maybe once a week I might try something different. We are about ready to get out of here, guys.
Scott says it looks great. And then Eli told him that Scott, you might be on to something with the sauce packet.
Might be.
Steve wanted to know, did he pull a dinner suggestion?
I did. And it was one from Tim and Travis.
Yep.
Red chili in a bread bowl. That's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Next week is the chicken gyros. And as long as I got a good tzatziki sauce, it's gonna be delicious. Tzatziki is what makes the sandwich.
Lisa says, "Oh, well, that's funny. Maybe talking about the Hot Pocket thing."
Well, we have reached the magic hour. I want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out with Old Guy on a holiday weekend. I appreciate that very much. And as always, this is the highlight of the week for me. Yeah, I love doing this. I love cooking for you guys. I love the interaction that we have. You guys are the best. Absolutely. I'm going to get out of here. So give back to your neighborhood. Give back to your community somehow, some way, right? Volunteer a little bit of time. It'll help you and it'll help them. All right. You guys take care and I'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.
Okay. So the last few things that were said was, Lisa asked, "Do you like onion soup?"